what about espionage, which obviously played a big role in the early Cold War arms race with nuclear secrets? Is there an equivalent sort of spy-based solution for China if the U.S. seems to be pulling too far ahead?
So there is something called distillation, and that's where you take a weaker model and you actually train it on the outputs of a stronger model. And distillation is a common practice for AI developers when it's done with full knowledge and full disclosure and total authorization. What seems to be happening now is some of the Chinese AI labs seem to be distilling on American AI models without authorization. And they're using, it seems, a number of different sort of proxy accounts so that they can get around efforts to block these campaigns. So it's
But they're not, that doesn't require stealing secrets from Anthropic. It just requires using the Anthropic model in a way that you're not supposed to be able to use it.
That's right.
Right.
It's sort of its own category. It's not quite like outright IP theft. It's not like taking the source code from Anthropic or OpenAI. It harkens back a little bit to an era where, Microsoft was always trying to cut down on black market copies of Windows and Microsoft Office.
Does it work in the sense that, like, can you just have a Chinese Claude distilled that works as well as Claude?
So it can help somewhat, but you need to have that foundation to start with. So I think that this is probably one area where it'll be hard still to get concrete data on exactly what the net effect is. But I would say that if you or I were building a model from scratch, we would not be able to use distillation as a way to catch up to the frontier. If you were one of the better Chinese AI labs, you might be able to use some of this to improve your model, especially on areas where you're weaker, like on coding, for example. You might be able to use Anthropic's Claude models to support your long-term coding capabilities. So there is that aspect to this whole AI race.